My name is Breach.
My name's Roshi.
Martin Quinn.
I'm Geraldine Quinn.
My name is William.
I remember going over the border. I got a new bike, so I had to cycle it over the border because of the customs. I went to Derry for my wedding dress, myself and my mother, and it was just lovely because the Derry ones had all the style. They were ahead in fashion, so I wanted to get it in Derry. And got nearly all my supplies in Derry for my wedding because it was always a wee bit cheaper as well.
We used to go to Derry and get the shopping, and then I'd always buy 4 or 5 pounds of butter, and I would put it onto the street to the car when I came home because we didn't have to pay duty on it.
My dad was getting an outboard engine fixed as we're fishermen, and we got it fixed in Burt. And seeing as Burt was so close to the north, we collected the engine, went into the north, and to get the cheap petrol, as you all get cheap petrol in the north, and cheap groceries in the north, and no bother with the soldiers going in, and then get the groceries and the petrol, no bother with the soldiers coming out, and then the Irish customs put up their hand to stop us. And they searched the van, and they come on the outboard engine and took it for granted that the outboard engine was bought in the north. And my dad went ballistic, completely ballistic, and cursed them from a height. And all my mother could think is, we're going to get arrested, we're going to get arrested, we're going to get arrested.
There's no place we could get the digger parts where they go to Galway for them, for the digger, the JCB. And that was the only place we could get them.
In 1973, a friend of my husband's, Oliver Boyce, and his girlfriend Breach Porter were killed on the border going into Derry.
Henry Cunningham was shot, and he was only 16 years of age, and he was a neighbour of ours. We knew him well.
Christmas shopping place is mental busy. Even in the middle of the troubles, people from the south just went up anyway to the shop, and it didn't bother them. And mental busy, and Shipkey Street outside the Richmond Centre, place packed with people, and a man pulls out a gun and shoots an Irish officer from the back of the head. Young lad was shot was Michael Ferguson, and like most young people that were shot in the north, they were young people, even late teenagers. Soldiers were all teenagers. Michael Ferguson was 21.
My friend Katrina, her husband Paddy, there was one night the men come to their house about midnight, and they held him as mammy and wee sister and brother at gunpoint, and they took their daddy, put him into his van, tied him in the van, but suppose they let him say cheerio to his family, and they took him out to the van, tied him in, and told him he had to go to Quinn barracks and drive the van in there. They had a bomb in the van, and once he got to the barracks, the van blew up and killed Patsy Gillespie and 5 soldiers. That was the 24th of October 1990.
It was bad for both sides. It's great now that there no fighting going on. There's peace.
Between 1968 and 1998, Northern Ireland was in the grip of a vicious conflict known as the Troubles. On one side, the mostly Protestant Unionists, who aimed to keep Northern Ireland within the United Kingdom. On the other, mostly Catholic nationalists, who wanted the country to rejoin with the Republic. After the UK government imposed direct rule to restore order, the IRA, the major Republican paramilitary force, began a war of attrition in an attempt to force Britain's withdrawal. Violence perpetrated by security forces and paramilitary groups led to the deaths of over 3,500 people. By the 90s, both sides realised that the so-called Long War was unwinnable, and in 1996, cross-party peace talks began. 8 political parties from Northern Ireland were involved, alongside the UK and Irish governments and the then US President Bill Clinton. The deal struck saw the establishment of a power-sharing Northern Ireland Assembly, cross-border cooperation with the Republic, and committed all parties to the decommissioning of weapons. Controversially, it also led to the release of many paramilitary prisoners. The agreement was finally signed on April the 10th, 1998, that year's Good Friday, and was ratified by 71% of the population in a referendum.
Oh, it was just brilliant to have peace. We're going to have peace then.
It was great. It was something that everybody was looking for.
Good Friday Agreement was, feelings were mixed, good and bad. Good because I thought we would never agree on anything. My father always quoted a man who worked for him. He says, the only time there'll be peace in Northern Ireland, there's going to be 2 inches of water above the mountains of Mourne. And my dad was dead at the time of the Good Friday Agreement, but he'd be turning in his grave when he heard about it. Bad because it's an agreement just on paper. The feelings are still there.
Absolutely elated. So happy to think there's been no more borders, and to think we could all live in peace.
The best thing ever happened.
Yeah.
Aye. There's no trouble since.
A group representing the main loyalist factions in Northern Ireland says the creation of an EU customs border under the Brexit deal undermines the union with Britain and, as a result, has withdrawn support for the Good Friday Peace Agreement. Has withdrawn support for the Good Friday Peace Agreement. Has withdrawn support for the Good Friday Peace Agreement. Has withdrawn support for the Good Friday Peace Agreement. Has withdrawn support for the Good Friday Peace Agreement. The Belfast Agreement brought to an end a conflict that claimed over 3,500 lives. The loyalist move comes amid a row this week over trading rules and a wider push for a referendum on Irish unity from the main nationalist party, Sinn Féin.
I don't know what to think about that. I don't think it'll ever work anyway.
It'll be a good thing, I think, if we had a united Ireland.
Someday, hopefully in my lifetime, there'll be United Ireland. For a couple of reasons. You know, because we are the one island and we're all Irish.
Yeah, I always felt very strong about a united Ireland. But, I don't know, work with people in the north and stuff like that, I didn't get all the vibes from both sides that they wanted or not.
But it might never happen in United Ireland.
I think it'll be a disaster. It'll be hell.
I would just hate to have to go back to all that checking and stopping again and all that.
Oh God, just hate to think of that happening. I think it'd be devastating to think that after all that work that all them people put in to the Good Friday Agreement alone and all the peace talks, and to think that they would put the border back up.
Disaster altogether. Disaster.
Borders went back up. One word would be trouble. Trouble on both sides. I can't see there's nothing good going to come out of a border on the island of Ireland. Ever again.
Hello, my name is Julie and I am the next generation. I was born in 99, the year after the Good Friday Agreement. And I grew up where Derry was just good crack, and a beautiful city at that. I was always aware of the hurt that had been caused on both sides. I had been told and informed about everything that had happened. But now, unlike my family, I don't care for United Ireland. I think we've lived peacefully for the past 20 years. Why does it have to change? So please, I urge you, if you don't know much about what's happening in Northern Ireland at the minute, do look it up. Make up your own mind. Don't jump to conclusions about a United Ireland or not a United Ireland, and who's who and what's nationalist and what's unionist and what's Irish. What does it even mean to be Irish? All we want is peace. So please, let's work together.